बचपन में लिखना, मैथ्स करना और किताबें पढ़ना बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए।
3 out of every 10 children who are in grade 3 cannot read and write a simple book of grade 3. As the grades increase, the percentage is only worsen. There is something missing, and that missing is the joy of learning.
And I think that is the most important, which we must push forward to every child, because children are our future.
We have to invest in tomorrow. We have to start today.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here today. As you can see, it's a very, very special day for us. The students of the Mithapukur Municipal School had fun and the joy of reading. And they learned in a fun way how important it is to learn to read. They couldn't have heard it from anyone better than the celebrated star and UNICEF India celebrity advocate Kareena Kapoor Khan, who's sitting here with us, and a celebrity with a commitment and who cares to come today and spend this time, this memorable time with children. Thanks, Kareena, our UNICEF celebrity advocate. Children were so enthusiastic, so eager to tell her story and listen to her story. They formed a circle around her when we entered the room, and I was seeing that the circles becoming smaller and smaller and closer, and they really had good fun. We in UNICEF also shared the fun and the hope instilled today here in the classroom with children who were part of it. The time and enthusiasm our celebrity advocate Kareena Kapoor Khan has created will go a long way in supporting the reading campaign that UNICEF Maharashtra is working with the government of Maharashtra on, and it will be launched hopefully within a month. Just underlining how important it is for children to read, write, and count. We have seen before, and especially after COVID, that the studies have shown us that children are not adequately learning to read and write and count as, for their age and for their grades. So that is why this is reading, is so important. And that is what we want to underline. And this is going to tremendously contribute, help the learning recovery that we have been facing, especially through the pandemic. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of UNICEF India, I would like to extend our thanks, heartfelt thanks to you for not only today, for all that you have done for, with UNICEF India and for children in the last several years. And we really look forward to have many more years of your support and your company with us, and the inspiring your own experience of raising, nurturing, and educating your own young kids, and then transferring the insights and lessons and the experience to benefit and inspire other children, parents, and teachers in the country. I will end with the words of famous Dr. Seuss, who's an American children's author, political cartoonist, and illustrator, and poet, of course. The more you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. So that is the message we want to leave for the children today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jafrin. I'll now welcome Rajeshwari Chandrasekhar, who's Chief UNICEF Maharashtra, to just set the context about the reading movement and why we all are here today. Rajesh.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. And a big thanks to Kareena also, who's sitting on my right. So the start of a campaign always starts with a passion. Without passion, a campaign doesn't move. And why do we have this reading movement here in Maharashtra? Zafrin has just told you the context at the national level. Kareena saw it for herself with the children in the school that we have come here today, the enthusiasm and the passion of the teachers in teaching, and of the child to learn, and of the child to ask questions of Kareena. I think this is what denotes the start of a foundation of learning. It's a journey which starts young. You cannot crack it at the age when you become a grandmother or a grandfather. It has to start young. And this is part of the Government of India's campaign of foundational literacy and numeracy, which is where Maharashtra is now starting the reading campaign. I think all of us, when we get up every day, we do have something to read. Either it's a news item or a WhatsApp message, but we have now learned to read because we started reading for joy when we were young. We were told stories. We were told from Amar Chitra Katha and Panchatantra, like Kareena was mentioning. Those have been still inscribed in our minds. And today, we no more read for fun, we read for learning. But if you don't have that environment at home, then you have to start from the scratch, and that is the foundation for learning. In this state, while we have good schools, good infrastructure, we also have the National Achievement Survey done in all the states, and the data for Maharashtra is telling us that 3 out of every 10 children who are in grade 3 cannot read and write a simple book of grade 3. 4 out of 10 children of grade 5 cannot read and write a book of grade 5. And as the grades increase, the percentages only worsen. It does tell us that there is something missing, and that missing is the joy of learning, the joy of reading. So that is why UNICEF Maharashtra has embarked upon the reading campaign with the hashtag Every Child Reads. And April 23rd marks the World Reading Day. That is when we would like to launch this campaign with the government of Maharashtra and get in not just the education department, not just get in media, not just get in celebrities, but it should become each and every person's duty to contribute to the reading campaign, because we all either have children or we interact with children. We see children on the streets. If the sustainable development goal is about leaving no one behind, then we have to ensure that every child in Maharashtra reads, gets access to libraries, gets access to storybooks, and therefore improves his or her joy of reading, which then starts transitioning into reading to learn. They have to first learn to read, then they will transition into read to learn. I think this is the context in which we will launch this campaign next month, but this is like a precursor, having Kareena with us, and actually saying it from a very experienced mother of 2 children who says how important it is to read and to read stories to them. So all it requires, actually scientific evidence says 15 minutes of your time reading to a child is good enough for the child's psychosocial development. That's what it needs. You can provide the best of services in terms of health, nutrition, schooling, clothes, uniform, but if you don't spend that me time with that child, then that child is not going to become a future prominent citizen of this country. If you have to invest in tomorrow, we have to start today. And that's why this reading campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajeshwari. Now we'll have Kareena, speaking to all of you and addressing on this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming here. Thank you to UNICEF and to Mitanagar Municipal School for having me here today to experience. क्योंकि जो आज मैंने देखा खुद अपनी आँखों से, I think कभी हमने सोचा नहीं था कि मैं यहाँ आऊँगी, बच्चों के साथ interact करूँगी, उनसे बातें करूँगी और उनकी खुद की कहानी सुनूंगी कि what they actually feel. Today I'm actually here not as a celebrity but as a mother first and then a UNICEF celebrity advocate. I have been working with UNICEF for almost a decade now and काफ़ी कुछ campaigns किए हमने education के बारे में, learning के बारे में. But I think this campaign was truly special when they came up with this thought that I should come and visit and come here and experience it myself. I thought that I must come to see as a mother, not as a celebrity, as a star. जब हम बच्चों के साथ बैठ रहे थे, I think I was actually surprised to see कि जिस brightness, जिस alertness, जिस fluency कि they were talking to me, they were telling me stories. मैंने पहली सवाल मैंने पूछा कि you all tell me stories क्योंकि मैं सुनना चाहती थी कि how do they communicate when they are talking to me. Me asking them questions, of course, is very easy, but for them to be confident to tell me and share their stories, कि what books have they read, what stories do they remember, is a very, very different thought altogether, very different experience. I have to say that I am absolutely overwhelmed and surprised by that. I knew that they would be very good, they would be bright. But सबने कहा कि बुक्स पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, इंग्लिश में पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, साइंस पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, लिखना अच्छा लगता है. क्योंकि बचपन में लिखना, मैथ्स करना और किताबें पढ़ना बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए. That is what is going to lay the foundation. Foundational learning is going to, you know, it is our future. It is going to help them grow and become what they are. जब मैंने पूछा सबसे कि क्या बनना है बड़े होकर, सबने कहा आईएएस ऑफिसर, आर्मी में ज्वाइन करना है, साइंटिस्ट बनना है, डेंटिस्ट बनना है. ऑफ कोर्स किसी ने नहीं कहा कि फिल्म स्टार बनना है, क्योंकि कभी किसी ने सोचा नहीं. मुझे भी नहीं बनना था. आई ऑल्सो वाज लाइक नहीं, मैं होस्टेस बनूंगी, मैं लॉयर बनूंगी. एंड दैट्स, यू नो, वो जर्नी वैसे शुरू होती है. बट आई एम सो हैप्पी दैट सबके आंसर्स ऐसे थे. सबके आंसर्स वर लाइक they just wanted to, unki jo energy thi, and they had that joy in their eyes because they are reading, they are learning. And I have to give credit to the BMC कि जिस तरह से उन्होंने सब्जेक्ट्स चूज़ किए, टीचर्स चूज़ किए हैं, जिस तरह से प्रोफेशनल्स को चूज़ किए, सब्जेक्ट्स, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़. मैंने आज खुद सुना कल्पना उम्रे बीट ऑफिसर से, मैं उनसे बात कर रही थी, टीचर से बात कर रही थी, यहाँ से मीठानगर टीचर्स से, स्कूल टीचर्स से, हेडमास्टर से, एंड दे वर टेलिंग मी द काइंड ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज एंड टाइम दैट दे आर गिविंग टू देयर चिल्ड्रन. स्पोर्ट्स हो, आई वाज वेरी actually very like amazed by the fact that they are teaching them carpentry, they are teaching women also carpentry, they are teaching the girls self-defense. 6 to 8 age group mein, they are teaching them self-defense. These are the extracurricular activities that now children have interest in. And all this knowledge comes from only one part, is when they are taught how to read with understanding. Reading. बचपन में जब हमें किताब उठाना है, बुक खोलना है, कहानियाँ सुननी है, कहानियाँ पढ़नी है, that is when you have the knowledge to explore your mind, learn things, do extracurricular activities. It could be reading for that matter. मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि बुक पढ़ना सिर्फ इंग्लिश में नहीं, अपने मदर टंग में होना चाहिए. अपने बच्चों को सिखाएं कि चाहे वो हिंदी में हो, गुजराती में हो, मराठी में, कोई भी लोकल लैंग्वेज. यहाँ जो हमारे टीचर्स मीठानगर स्कूल के हैं, उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि दे हैव कन्नड़ा, तमिल, तेलुगु, ऑल लैंग्वेजेस. चिल्ड्रन आर रीडिंग in their language of comfort, in their language of choice and understanding. ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है, बहुत ही important है कि हम अपने बच्चों को सिखाएं कि they must enjoy reading in their language for better understanding. And I'm so happy that I have this opportunity to explain to all of you all and encourage you all to join me in this campaign of Every Child Reading for foundational learning. I'm so happy that media has taken the time कि आप आएं, so that you all can also spread this word of Every Child Reading. Not just, of course, schools में तो environment बनता ही है, definitely. When we have the environment, हमारे teachers classes में encourage करते हैं पढ़ने के लिए, library time में encourage करते हैं. But we must encourage this at home also. क्योंकि मैं 2 बच्चों की माँ हूँ, मुझे पता है कि मैं कितना encourage करती हूँ. वो बेड टाइम की जो कहानी होती है, कि जो तैमूर और जे सुनते हैं आज भी, तैमूर खास करके, क्योंकि अभी ही इज इन दैट प्राइमरी इयर्स ऑफ वांटिंग टू रीड, वांटिंग टू शो कि मुझे पढ़ना आता है, कोशिश करना आता है. ही लाइक्स टू डू एंड ही इज लविंग रीडिंग, चाहे वो अमर चित्रकथा की कहानी हो, पंचतंत्र की कहानियाँ हो, अकबर बीरबल की कहानियाँ हो. ही इज एंजॉइंग अलादीन, ही इज एंजॉइंग ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ स्टोरीज राइट नाउ. एंड फॉर मी टू सी एंड टेक आउट वो जो 15-20 मिनट जो वक्त हम लोग निकालते हैं, of course, with our busy schedule, Saif and me, it's always either him or me, we take out that time. That वो पत्थर में लिखा हुआ है कि वो टाइम जो है तैमूर के सोने से पहले कि माँ या बाप को definitely, of course, working parents होते ही, but grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, friends, anybody. Idea is that to enjoy the time when you're reading also, because that helps explore the child's mind, it opens their horizons. इसलिए आज लोग, ये बच्चे जो मैं मिली थी आज, ये लोग इतने कहानियाँ सुन रहे हैं, बुक्स पढ़ रहे हैं, अपनी भाषा में पढ़ रहे हैं. सब ने इतने अच्छे आंसर्स दी, सब ने कहा कि बड़े होकर मुझे ये करना है, वो करना है. किसी ने कहा कि 2 फ्रेंड्स जो थे, जो मेरे बाजू में बैठे थे, they said me and him we both will be scientists together. So now that is something, because he's probably reading those books and understanding those stories. So truly, really very, very grateful to have this opportunity. Thank you for coming to help me also and spread this word in every home, that every parent should give 20 minutes of their time to their child. Thank you to UNICEF, for actually taking out and setting up this whole thing for me to experience, and also to the BMC for the wonderful job that they have actually, because I've seen it with my eyes now कि जिस तरह से उन्होंने subjects choose किए. I truly am overwhelmed. So thank you so much for all of you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Kareena. Thank you for supporting every child reading and really making it possible so that every home, this message will go to every house. Now we can take a few questions. So there's Vishal from ANI who can ask questions if you have any.
Ma'am, firstly, good to see you. What would you like to say about UNICEF? You have been part of this for a long time. Tell us something, hashtag every child reading. It is very important. Reading is very important, as you say. Tell us something about it.
नहीं काफ़ी साल से हम साथ में काम कर रहे हैं यूनिसेफ के साथ एजुकेशन के बारे में, लर्निंग के बारे में, जैसे मैंने कहा. बट आई थिंक टुडेज़ visit was very, very special because of course it is here to promote every child reading. और जिस तरह जैसे मैंने अपनी स्पीच में भी कहा कि डेफिनेटली जो मैंने अपनी आँखों से देखा है कि जिस तरह से स्टोरीज़ और कहानियाँ ने बच्चों के दिमाग को इतना फ़र्क किया है, द वे दे हैव ब्रॉडन देयर होराइजन्स, जिस तरह से वो लोग बात कर रहे थे, कहानियाँ सुना रहे थे, जिस तरह से उन्होंने आंसर भी किया कि बड़े होकर क्या बनना है. आई वुड क्रेडिट दैट कम्प्लीटली टू the fact that they have been reading in their primary years. They have been given वो एक foundational learning जो है उन्हें दिया जा रहा है लिखने के लिए, math skills करने के लिए, किताब उठाने, पढ़ना, कहानियाँ पढ़ने के लिए. And I think that is the most important which we must push forward to every child because children are our future.